Picture this. You wake up, sit on the edge of the bed, and before you've even stood up, you're already bracing yourself. You know what's coming. Your knees feel stiff, your lower back complains when you straighten up, and you take those first few steps carefully, almost testing the floor. Maybe you reach for the wall or the handrail a little more than you used to. You sigh and think, well, I'm just getting older. This is what happens after 60. If that sounds like your morning, you are absolutely not alone. Across the US, the UK, and Australia, millions of older adults start the day with some version of this story. Stiff joints, low energy, foggy head, and a body that just doesn't wake up the way it used to. But here's the thing. Those uncomfortable mornings are not just a result of age. Full stop. They are messages. Messages about your hydration, circulation, muscle strength, joint health, and even brain health. If we ignore those messages year after year, they can quietly erode the things that matter most: your independence, your confidence, and your ability to enjoy walks, travel, gardening, hobbies, and time with your grandchildren. The good news? You are not stuck with how things are right now. A slow, painful, low-energy morning can be turned into a stronger, clearer, more hopeful morning with a handful of small, science-backed habits, the kind of habits many long-lived people follow, often without even realizing how powerful they are. Stay with me right to the end, because I'm going to walk you through 5 morning habits of people who live to 100. Habits you can begin gently, at your own pace. And as we go, I'd love to know in the comments, which part of your current morning routine do you feel needs the most significant upgrade? Your joints, your energy, or your mood? Before we dive in, a quick but important note. This video is for general education and motivation. It does not replace medical advice. I'm not your personal doctor. Always check with your doctor or healthcare provider before making changes to your diet, exercise, medications, or supplements, especially if you have heart disease, kidney problems, diabetes, low blood pressure, or if you take regular prescription medicines. All right, with that said, let's begin with habit number 1, the habit that starts before food, before coffee, before anything else. Habit number 1, morning. Hydration with electrolytes. Here's where it all begins. Water. After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, your body has been quietly working, healing, repairing, digesting, but it has not been drinking. That means you often wake up a little dehydrated. Your blood is slightly thicker, your joints are less lubricated, and your brain is operating on low fluid levels. That's one of the reasons so many people feel stiff, dizzy, or foggy in the first hour of the day. Most people stumble straight to the kettle or coffee maker. Now don't worry, I'm not taking away your morning tea or coffee. But here's the thing. Starting with caffeinated drinks alone is like asking your body to run on fumes. Caffeine can act as a mild diuretic, which means you can lose even more fluid, especially if you're sensitive to it. As we age, our body's thirst signal becomes less reliable. By the time you feel thirsty, you may already be more dehydrated than you think. That's why people who age well often start their day with water plus minerals, also known as electrolytes. These include sodium, potassium, and magnesium. In simple terms, sodium helps hold water in the right places in your body and supports blood pressure. Potassium helps your muscles contract and relax smoothly, supporting a steady heartbeat. Magnesium plays a crucial role in hundreds of bodily functions, including nerve function and muscle relaxation. When you combine water with a small amount of these minerals, you're not just pouring water through your system, you're helping your body actually use it. You don't need an expensive sports drink. Here are simple, realistic options. In the US, fill a glass with room temperature water, squeeze in some fresh lemon or lime, and add a tiny pinch of sea salt. If you're comfortable with it and your doctor allows, you could also add a splash of 100% fruit juice for a hint of natural potassium. In the UK, many people enjoy a mug of warm water with lemon before their morning tea. You can add just a small pinch of salt if your doctor says it's safe for you, or a magnesium supplement if recommended. In Australia, you might use a low-sugar electrolyte powder and stir it into your first glass of water, especially on a warm morning when you tend to sweat more. Aim for 250-500 milliliters, about 1 to 2 cups, within the first 30 minutes of waking. Sit somewhere comfortable, maybe by a window, and sip it slowly. Use these few minutes to breathe deeply, look outside, and actually let your body wake up instead of rushing immediately into activity. What does this do for you? It helps your blood flow more freely, so your heart doesn't have to push as hard. You may feel less heavy in your chest and legs. It supports joint lubrication, so your knees and hips feel less stiff when you stand. Think of it as greasing the hinges before you open the door. It wakes up your brain, Your brain is mostly water. When it's properly hydrated, many people notice fewer headaches, better focus, and less of that fog feeling. If you tend to feel lightheaded when you stand up quickly, or if your legs think weighty first thing in the morning, this one change can make a surprisingly big difference, especially when combined with the other habits we're about to cover. Of course, if your doctor has you on a fluid restriction or a low-sodium diet, follow their guidance. You can still drink some water first thing. Just do it within their recommendations and ask if adding minerals is right for you. Quick check-in. If this first habit already feels doable, pause for a moment and tap that like button. It tells me this kind of practical step-by-step content is helpful for you, and it helps more seniors find this video. Now that you've watered the plant, let's oil the joints. Habit number 2, a 5 to 7 minute mobility. Oil change. Most people think, as long as I walk during the day, I'm doing enough. Walking is fantastic. But here's where it gets interesting. Walking on stiff joints is like driving a car on a cold winter morning and flooring the accelerator. The engine might run, but it's working harder than necessary, and it wears out more quickly. Your joints are filled with a fluid called synovial fluid. Think of it as your body's natural oil. When you move gently, that fluid spreads more evenly across the joint surfaces, making movement smoother and less painful. When you go from complete rest to full weight-bearing too quickly, you're moving on a joint that hasn't been properly lubricated yet. That's when you feel that grinding, pulling, or rusty sensation. People who live well into their 80s and 90s often have some form of gentle morning mobility ritual. Nothing extreme, just a few minutes of deliberate, kind movement that tells the body, "We're going to move today, so let's get ready." Here's a simple routine you can do in your bedroom or living room. Always respect your limits. You should feel a stretching and activation sensation, not sharp pain. If something hurts, reduce the range of motion or skip that movement and talk with your doctor or physiotherapist. Ankle circles. Sit on the edge of your bed or a sturdy chair. Lift one foot slightly and draw slow circles in the air with your toes. 10 circles in one direction, 10 in the other. Then switch feet. This wakes up your ankles and the small stabilizing muscles that keep you from wobbling when you walk or turn. Weak, stiff ankles are a hidden cause of falls. Ankle pumps. Still sitting, point your toes away from you, then pull them back toward your shin like you're pressing and releasing a pedal. Do this 15-20 times on each foot. This helps pump blood back up your legs, reducing that heavy, swollen feeling in your calves and ankles. Knee extensions. Straighten one leg out in front of you, tighten the muscles at the top of your thigh, hold for 2 seconds, then slowly lower. Do this 10 times, then switch legs. These thigh muscles, the quadriceps, are crucial for getting up from chairs, using the toilet safely, and climbing stairs. When they weaken, everything becomes harder. Hip pendulum swings. Stand behind a chair or at the kitchen counter, holding lightly for balance. Gently swing one leg forward and back like a small pendulum 10 to 15 times, then side to side 10 to 15 times. Keep the movement small and smooth. This gently opens your hips and tells your nervous system that it's safe to move. Many people are surprised by how stiff their hips have become until they try this. Shoulder rolls. Stand or sit tall. Roll your shoulders slowly backwards in big, smooth circles 10 times, then forwards 10 times. This eases nighttime tension, improves posture, and can help reduce certain types of neck stiffness and headaches. Good shoulder mobility also makes it easier to reach shelves, dress, and wash your hair. Spine, cat-cow at the chair. Stand with your hands resting on the back of a chair. Gently round your back, tucking your chin. Then gently arch your back, lifting your chest. Move slowly back and forth, 8 in 10 times. This reintroduces movement along your spine and can relieve some of that bored, stiff feeling in your back. Think of your spine as a chain of joints that need gentle movement to stay healthy. As you do this, imagine sending oil through all your joints, ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, and spine. You're not trying to burn calories or work up a sweat here. You're simply telling your body, wake up, but gently. You can even add gentle neck movements, such as turning your head slowly left and right or looking up and down, if your neck tolerates it, to reduce stiffness and improve your ability to look around when walking or driving. Picture Margaret in Yorkshire doing this while the kettle boils, Tom in Ohio going through these moves before he lets the dog out, or Nora in Melbourne loosening up before her beach walk. Same simple routine, different homes, same benefit. Joints that don't feel like rusted hinges. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't need to remember every move exactly. What matters is consistency. 5 to 7 minutes every morning can help reduce the rusty robot feeling, improve your confidence in your first steps, and lower your risk of falls and injuries. If you're still with me and this is making sense, you're already doing something powerful. You're investing in your future mobility. If you haven't already, take a moment to subscribe so you don't miss the upcoming videos in this Health After 60 series. Now your joints are oiled. Let's talk about what you put on your plate next. Habit number 3, a protein-first breakfast. You'll be surprised how much this one change can transform your day. Think about a typical breakfast many older adults have. Toast with jam or marmalade, a bowl of sugary cereal, biscuits or pastries, white bread with butter and maybe some honey. It feels comforting, and there's nothing wrong with enjoying these foods occasionally. But there's a problem. These breakfasts are mostly carbohydrates, and often fast-acting ones. They cause your blood sugar to spike quickly and then crash. That's when you feel sleepy, irritable, shaky, or in desperate need of another snack or cup of coffee by mid-morning. Over months and years, that pattern can weaken your muscles because your body isn't getting enough building blocks to maintain them. Encourage weight gain around the middle, which raises the risk of diabetes, heart disease, and joint pain. Make your energy unpredictable, which makes activity and exercise feel harder, so you do less and lose more strength. People who age well often do something straightforward. They build their breakfast around protein first and then add healthy carbohydrates and fats. Why is protein so important after 60? It protects and rebuilds muscle, which naturally shrinks with age, a process called sarcopenia. It helps you feel full longer, so you're not snacking constantly on biscuits or sweets. It supports a more stable blood sugar, so you have steadier energy and mood throughout the morning. Stronger muscles mean better balance, fewer falls, improved posture, and increased ability to perform tasks independently. Here are realistic, delicious breakfast ideas you can picture in your own kitchen. In the UK, swap jammy toast for a bowl of porridge made with oats and milk, or a milk alternative, topped with a handful of nuts and seeds for protein and healthy fats, plus a spoonful of Greek yogurt. Add cinnamon instead of sugar for a sweet taste without the crash. In Australia, enjoy 2 eggs, lightly scrambled or poached, with spinach or tomatoes, and a small side of avocado on whole grain toast. If you love baked beans, a small portion adds extra fiber and protein. In the US, try a Greek yogurt bowl with mixed berries and a sprinkle of oats or chopped nuts, or a simple smoothie made with milk, a scoop of protein powder, and half a banana. If you prefer something savory, an omelet with vegetables and a bit of cheese is a good option. You don't need a huge meal. Even around 15 to 20 grams of protein at breakfast can make a noticeable difference in how you feel. That could be 2 eggs, a cup of Greek yogurt, a small portion of cottage cheese, a scoop of quality protein powder in a smoothie. Let's make it concrete with a story. James in Sydney used to start his day with 2 slices of white toast and jam, plus coffee. By 10 a.m., he felt tired, unfocused, and pulled toward biscuits and more coffee. His legs felt weak when climbing stairs, and he thought, "This is just getting old." When he decided to experiment, he changed one thing. Breakfast. 2 scrambled eggs with spinach, 1 slice of whole grain toast, and a glass of water first. After a few weeks, he noticed something. His mid-morning energy had improved, his cravings had decreased, and he felt more secure on the stairs. He didn't join a gym, he didn't start running, he simply fed his muscles properly in the morning. Common concerns you might have, but I don't feel hungry in the morning. That's actually quite common. You can start small, half a pot of Greek yogurt, 1 boiled egg, or a small piece of cheese with whole grain toast. Over time, as your body adjusts, your natural morning appetite may return, but protein is expensive. You don't need fancy products. Eggs, beans, lentils, cottage cheese, and basic yogurt are often affordable sources of protein. You can plan, cook in batches, and keep things simple. If this is starting to click, type in the comments. Protein first makes sense. Your comment can encourage someone else who's nervous about changing their breakfast. Now that we've fueled your body, let's step outside and get it moving. Habit number 4, a 10-12-minute morning walk. This is one of the biggest and most powerful secrets of people who live long, active lives. A short, consistent morning walk. I'm not talking about a marathon or a 5-kilometer hike or anything that leaves you gasping for air. I'm talking about 10 to 12 minutes at a comfortable pace where you can still carry on a conversation. Why is this so powerful, especially after 60 or 70? It boosts your circulation, carrying oxygen and nutrients to your muscles, brain, and organs. It wakes up your heart and lungs safely and gently like a warm-up instead of a shock. It trains your balance and coordination with every single step. Your brain, inner ear, eyes, and muscles all have to work together. It improves your mood thanks to natural chemicals your brain releases when you move, often called feel-good hormones. And here's the surprising part. Research shows that even a few minutes of movement can positively affect your brain, including how well it forms new connections. That means your short walk is not just good for your legs, it's a quiet investment in your memory and thinking. Picture a few scenes. In Ohio, Tom puts on his walking shoes, grabs his light jacket, and walks a slow loop around his block, greeting the same neighbor walking her dog. He feels the cool air wake him up and notices his legs feel less heavy after the first few minutes. In Yorkshire, Margaret walks along a quiet path, listening to the birds and feeling the damp morning air. She uses this time to reflect on her day and offer a few silent prayers or affirmations. In Melbourne, Nora strolls near the beach, watching the water, hearing the waves, and feeling the gentle breeze, her moving meditation before the day gets busy. If going outside isn't possible, maybe the weather is bad, the path is icy, or you don't feel safe, you can still get the benefits by walking indoors. March gently in place while holding the back of a chair. Walk slow laps around the house or down a hallway. Put on a song you like and walk around your living room until it finishes. A few safety tips. Wear supportive shoes with a good grip. Think comfort and stability over fashion. If you use a cane, stick, or walker, bring it. That's not weakness, that's wisdom and self-protection. Avoid icy, uneven, or poorly lit areas. If you're walking early, consider a well-lit, familiar route. If you experience chest pain, severe shortness of breath, or dizziness, stop and consult your doctor immediately. You can slowly build up. Week 1, aim for 5 minutes most days. Week 2, increase to 8 to 10 minutes. Week 3 and beyond, aim for 10 to 12 minutes as your standard. Remember, the goal is not to break records. The goal is consistency. 10 minutes every day beats one big walk once every 2 weeks. Over time, that short morning walk can mean the difference between needing help with daily tasks and being able to manage them on your own. If you're still here with me, that tells me you are serious about your health and independence. Take a moment now to hit like and share this video with a friend or family member who also wants to stay active after 60. It might be exactly the encouragement they need. Now, let's talk about the part of you that controls everything else, your brain. Habit number 5, a morning brain primer. This habit is easy to skip, but it's incredibly important. Wake up your brain on purpose. Just like your muscles, your brain gets rusty when it isn't challenged. A small daily dose of mental effort can help protect your memory, your focus, and even your emotional balance over time. Many people believe a myth. Once you hit a certain age, your brain is on a one-way downhill slope. But here's the thing. Research shows that the brain can still form new connections, a concept called neuroplasticity, well into older age. The key is to keep giving it simple, meaningful challenges. A brain primer doesn't need to be long or complicated. Just 5 to 10 minutes of intentional mental effort can make a significant difference. Here are some ideas you can try tomorrow morning. Read 1 or 2 pages of a book you genuinely enjoy. Not just scrolling the news on your phone, which can raise anxiety, but something that feeds your mind, a novel, a biography, a devotional, a short inspirational piece. Do a crossword puzzle, word search, or Sudoku. In the UK, it might be the crossword from your morning paper. In the US, it might be a simple puzzle book you keep by your chair. In Australia, maybe a word puzzle app on your tablet. Write 3 things you're grateful for in a small notebook. They don't have to be big. The sunshine through my window. The call I had with my daughter. The fact that I can still walk. This not only activates your brain, but also shifts your focus toward what's working in your life. Practice a short breathing exercise. Inhale through your nose for 4 counts, hold for 2 counts, and exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 counts. Do that 5 to 10 times. This helps calm your nervous system and can help reduce morning anxiety. Say a short affirmation or prayer like, "Today I choose to move gently, think clearly, and be kind to myself," or any phrase that carries meaning and encouragement for you. You can rotate these activities throughout the week to keep it interesting. For example, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, reading and gratitude list. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, puzzles and breathing exercises. Sunday, quiet reflection, prayer, or a meaningful meditation. Imagine starting your day like this. You sip your water with lemon and electrolytes. You move through your gentle mobility routine. You eat a protein-first breakfast that truly fuels your muscles. You take a 10-minute walk to wake up your heart and lungs. You sit in your favorite chair, pen in hand, and write, "I'm grateful I can move. I'm grateful for the people I love. I'm grateful for this new day. In that moment, you're not just going through motions. You're sending a message to your brain. We are alive, we are learning, we are hopeful. Over weeks and months, these small brain primer moments can help your memory feel sharper, your mood feel steadier, and your reactions to stress feel calmer. You may still misplace your glasses from time to time. We all do, but you may feel more mentally awake, more confident in conversations, and more engaged with life. And that's what many long-lived people share in common, not just a healthy body, but a resilient mind that stays curious, grateful, and willing to learn. Summary: how the 5 habits work together. Let's bring everything together. The people who live to 90, 95, or even 100 and still enjoy their lives usually don't rely on one magic pill, one special supplement, or one lucky gene. Instead, they repeat small, powerful habits day after day, especially in the morning. Those habits are hydrating with electrolytes to wake up the body and brain gently and effectively, a 5 to 7 minute mobility routine to oil the joints and turn on the muscles that keep you steady, a protein-first breakfast to protect your muscles, steady your blood sugar, and support your balance, a 10 to 12 minute morning walk to strengthen your heart, lungs, legs, and even your brain, a short brain primer to sharpen memory, support focus, and protect your mood. None of these habits is extreme. None of them requires a gym membership or fancy equipment. But when you combine them, they can slowly transform how you move, how you think, and how you feel about aging. Imagine yourself 1 year from now, climbing stairs with more confidence, walking further without pain, remembering names and appointments more easily, and feeling proud that you took charge of your mornings, one small habit at a time. That is what these habits are really about, protecting your independence and your joy, so that the years ahead are not just longer, but richer. If this video helped you, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next videos in our Health After 60 series. It truly helps this content reach more seniors who need encouragement and clear, practical advice. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which morning habit are you going to start tomorrow? Hydration, mobility, protein, walking, or your brain primer? Type it below. Your answer might inspire someone your age who's scrolling through the comments, feeling unsure about where to begin. And if you're ready for the next step, don't miss our upcoming video, 3 Secrets to Better Sleep After 65. We'll talk about how to calm a busy mind at night, what to change in your bedroom, and the simple evening habits that help you wake up refreshed instead of exhausted. You deserve to feel strong, clear, and hopeful at every age. Thank you for spending this time to speak with me today. Take good care of yourself, enjoy your morning tomorrow, and I'll see you in the following video.